World Cup. The European qualifiers getting underway today then. It's a repeat of the opening game from Group C at Eurobasket 2017, but it's a contest between these two that looks totally different from the one we saw in the summer, with Sergio Scariolo's side all changed from the one that took on their Eastern European hosts, while Montenegro are under new leadership from the summer, with Zvezdan Mitrovic taking the reins for the toughest of starts to their qualifying campaign. He now holds his country's hopes of making their first World Cup Finals tournament in the country's history. There you see the two games from Group A then. This first round of qualifiers. Montenegro taking on Spain. The other one, Slovenia against Belarus. That will tip off in about half an hour after our game begins. Belarus, of course, had to go through the pre-qualifiers, and it really is the other sides in the group, Spain, Slovenia and Montenegro, that would be favoured to make their way through as the top three into that second round of qualification. It's going to be interesting to see for Spain tonight just how Sergio Scariolo is able to deal with this brand new set of players almost. There's plenty of youngsters in that side. He'll be relying on the experience of the likes of Albert Oliver and Fran Vasquez to help guide his young side through a tough trip away to Montenegro. We get the starting lines for these two, and the Spain side not too warmly received here, to say the least. A very youthful Spanish lineup. Sebas Saiz, the 23-year-old involved. Oriol Pauli as well. Another one of the under-25 contingent. It's Montenegro side that will be looking at the likes of Nikola Ivanovic, Pavlicevic. Ivanovic, who was thoroughly disappointing, it has to be said, in the match in the summer between these two. Didn't score a point in his 11 minutes on court. Pavlicevic, of course, had 13 points that evening, 3 assists and 1 steal. It wasn't enough to prevent the defeat. 99-60, Spain sweeping past Montenegro.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of Montenegro. Molim vas da pozdravite himnu Crne Gore.
Well, it's a tough task, but on home soil, Montenegro will feel that they do have a chance of causing an upset this evening. Lagota Sekulic, the big centre for Montenegro, who actually plays his basketball at Fuenlabrada in Spain, has been saying that although they know it's going to be difficult taking on the world number 2s, they also feel that because it's an all-change side from the one they met in the summer, because this Montenegro team has learnt and built on the experience of their successful Eurobasket 2017 campaign, they feel they can cause some damage. They certainly have a chance if they just play smart, clever and consistent basketball tonight. Whether they can keep their cool on home soil and hold their nerve and do exactly that is a different question. We'll take a look at this Spanish side for this evening's encounter. You see what I mean about some of the youngsters in Vicedo, Sai Soto, Toli Fornells as well. All around about 23, 24 years of age. Sergi Villaplana will be one of the experienced heads to rely on. Albert Oliver, and as I mentioned earlier, Franz Vasquez. And Vasquez has been very open in talking about how the experienced heads are going to be needed to just keep everybody else cool for that man's side. The big first test for Mitrovic, taking the reins as the Montenegro coach for the first time. Of course, did a wonderful job in France with AS Monaco. The side are currently second in the French top flight at the moment. Panagiotis Anastopoulos is joined by Marek Malizowski and Lorenzo Baldini as our officials this evening. It'll be interesting to see just if Mitrovic as a coach is able to adapt on the fly to anything he sees early on from this Spain side and how he deals with the pressure of taking on a huge side on home soil. We saw a quick look there at the starting 5 for Spain. Ignacio Lovetkamp, and there's Bernabe, the point guard. Fran Vasquez, of course, the big man, playing centre. 6'10" he stands at, and imagine him to be a focal point early on for Spain, just to settle this side in. Mihailovic, and it's shooting guard for Montenegro, Barovic, the big centre. Doesn't quite have the same stature as Vasquez, and certainly not the same experience, the 6'9" centre for Montenegro. And this is going to be then a really intriguing opening quarter to see if Spain can assert that same dominance that they seem to do so often in European basketball. Have their hosts built on an impressive summer. A steady climb through the rankings of European basketball as we get the tip-off underway. Montenegro in the red with yellow trim. Spain in white with the red trim. And it's our host that will get us underway. Ivanovic trying to work his way around the outside. Able to be collected by Barovic, and he's, of course, the first turnover. Spain will get their first look coming up court. Rabaseda laying it off. Colom. Can't force it through. Able to recover his fumble though. Seeing it from distance. Would have been some start for Spain, but he rattles the rim and nothing more than that. Ivanovic. Not a good dish inside and easily picked off by Rabaseda. Lovely on the alley-oop. First points on the board for Spain. Fran Vasquez doing what Fran Vasquez does. You can tell the difference already between the slightly nervy start of the hosts. Cool as you like though to answer back. Suad Sefovic with the three-pointer to get his nation on the board. Fernandez trying to draw defenders in. Open look from the top of the key. Vasquez knocks it down. Foul called. Jaime Fernandez just trying to stand his ground. Open look again from beyond the arc, and a simple finish for Nemanja Radovic. Two very easy looking three-pointers for Montenegro to start this first quarter. They have the 2-point lead that will remain just for now. That looked like it came off the hand of Rabaseda. Between he and Barovic getting the call his way. Mihailovic just giving it down towards the line. Lovely floater. Where did that come from, Ivanovic? Off balance. Still able to drop it down for two. 4-point lead early on for Montenegro. This isn't the script that Spain wanted. Vasquez. Lovely knockdown jumper. It's he who's plugging away at the moment offensively for the Spanish. Mihailovic double team, able to dish it off. Neat one inside and an open look, almost. Montenegrins just steady themselves with Barovic. It's all a little scrappy though underneath the rim. Not happy with the call. Fernandez. Colom. Fancies a look from the two, but off the iron, and easy defensive rebound for Montenegro. Mihailovic fancied it from deep, but he can't carry on the barrage of threes from the early going here in the first quarter. Colom. Vasquez was just waiting at the top of the D, but it's never going to really come his way. He knock inside and an acrobatic finish had it gone down. Nacho Lovet trying his best to about a shooting opportunity. He will go to the line for the first time this evening. One of two. Montenegro still have the 1 point lead. Looking for the steal just at half court, but more than aware to it. Mihailovic. Barovic trying to back his man down. Two big men working on each other, and Barovic wins the battle. Able to just get separation from Vasquez. Trying to squeeze it into a gap that was never really there in the end. Abazeda, for a moment, thought he had a step between the two defenders. Lovely dish again, and a huge finish by Barovic. In traffic down the lane. But the two-handed dunk extends the advantage to 12-7. Colom thought about it. Jaime Fernandez from distance. Will start again, have a second look at it, and knocks down the three. Gap reduced to 2. He didn't get the look he initially wanted, but second time round was oh so sweet. Ivanovic trying to set the pick. Off the front of the iron and falling up short with the little jumper from mid-range. Fernandez thought he'd done enough to open up the lane to find that dish inside. Back the other way, though, come Montenegro, but it's sloppy from Radovic. Can't do too much in a hurry. Almost 3.5 remaining in the first. 2-point game. Bright start from Montenegro. Spain just trying to settle, though. Another three. Open look from the corner. Rabazeda. Spain have the advantage, finally. Barovic again, trying to use brute force. Doesn't go. And he will get to go to the line. He's going the long way around Vasquez there. He's forced to 2. Because of the experience of the Spanish centre. Mario Pauli making his way in. The first one is off from Filip Barovic. As is the second. Big man can't pull his country level. Fernandez sees a lane, clean look at the basket, but perhaps just felt the pressure at the last second. Mihailovic. Ivanovic. You take on Fernandez, lovely shimmy and a shake. And a beautiful finish as well from beyond the arc. Mihailovic finishes it off. Ivanovic set it up. It's a 2-point lead for Montenegro once again. Foul called. Devontae Green waiting to come on. Got to Sekulic as well. Up comes Fernandez. See Devontae Green. This is basketball in Italy at the moment at Roma Trieste. Size. Can't finish. Got the pass he wanted. Set the pick nicely as well, the Spain number 11. Mihailovic just getting enough separation, but rushed the shot. Vidal pushing it down low. Again, strong on the defensive effort. Montenegro at the moment. Not going to be outboxed and outfought down low in the paint. But Oliver called as Igor Ivanovic comes out for the moment. Jurisic in, the 6'8" forward. Mihailovic again. No real room on this near side for Pavlicevic. It's back to Mihailovic from range and off the front of the iron. Second there, that looked like that was going to drop, but Oliver brings it back up the other way. Driving to the lane and just couldn't get the finger roll to finish. Oriol Pauli having to get physical inside and having to take on two defenders as well as he tried to get to the rim. Green unable to really get anything going on his first touch. Popovic coming in, the 21-year-old. This is basketball at KK Budućnost. Three of his teammates in this Montenegro side as well. Saiss with the dish. Nowhere to go at the moment for Vidal. The driving run, the shot's way off, the offensive rebound taken though. Spain pull themselves level finally. That'll be disappointing for the hosts. Saiss who had the finish. Lovely pump. They're off the mark at the end of the first, and we go into the end of the quarter with both sides level and an impressive start for Montenegro. Knocking down the early threes that set up an early lead, but Spain have been able to slowly but surely fight their way back and reduce that deficit to parity once again. Vasquez with the early 6 points for Spain, just keeping him in it as Montenegrins started brightly. Barovic with 4 points for them in the early going. %, 3 of 5 from range for the hosts. See that, more than happy to mop up anything on the boards. Ranovic with 5 of those 9 defensive rebounds for Montenegro.
Jedan zavrti dva i gurni loptu dolje Nemanje na ovog posta četvorku. Čuva ga trojka, ljudi, gurnite mu loptu dolje. Ajmo. Stavi. Za Crnu Goru, svi. Alo, mislimo po ovo.
Well, we're certainly ready for more here in Montenegro. A very close opening quarter. Very little to pick between Spain and their hosts so far. 15 all as we get the second quarter underway. Oliver trying to set things up. Running into traffic. Gap inside, super finish. Paulie with the put down. Opened up that space just in behind the Montenegrin defense, and Oriol Paulie happy to break into it and finish with a flourish. Defensive work at the other end as well, as Vicedo getting a hand in. 2 left on the shot clock. It's got to go up. It's off the mark, almost fell towards green, but Paulie brings it away. Quick break from the Spanish. Great start to this second quarter. 2 quick baskets. Vicedo block as well. And they have a 4-point lead. Timeout taken.
We talk about Spain screen, push screen, opposite side. Gledaj, ova kretnja. Ako ne može da se gurne dolje, nastavite normalan kontinuitet ovoga pika na top. Pik u ruči, pik jer na top. Ajmo, nema padanje, ne daj im da trče, pa ovo je pogibio. Znači, kada je šut dvojica, imamo 14 foul, use everything. Ne može da baci ja lup ako nisi napao loptu, ne znam ko je baci, ne vedi. Znači, pressure the ball, no ale up, you need to take care about the ball. Alo bre, napadajte loptu, konsi. Ne možemo mekano, nema mekano, pogibio. Znači, pozvali smo ovaj napad, smo pozvali gore.
Zvezdan Mitrovic need to take care of the ball. And plenty more dished out during the timeout. Obviously didn't say what was needed at the end of the first quarter, but Sergio Scariolo did the perfect team talk for his Spanish side. He is the master when it comes to Spain and international basketball. In the second spell at the moment with the national team. A 3-year gap, 09 to 012, he was in charge and then returned in 2015. Responsible, of course, for their Eurobasket victories. Green almost giving it away. Pavlicevic from distance, but it's a super hit, nothing but net. Quick on the break again, though, the Spanish. Transition defense not working out poorly again. Very smart finish. Sekulic trying to be strong inside, but not strong enough, and Sai's able to collect the defensive rebound. Set from Sais as well. How cool as Paulie was sent tumbling. Just got on a little hot streak in the last few minutes. 23-year-old who plays his domestic basketball at Gran Canaria. Pass inside and a chance to try and hit Pavlicevic, bringing it forward and then changing his mind about looking for the quick score. Mihailovic. Pavlicevic again gets the little step he wanted off the mark with the air ball. Sekulic with the rebound. Paolo watches on as Montenegro look to make it a tie game once again with the M1. And it is all squared up. 21-21. Paulie with the little give inside, Saiz with the finish in traffic. Those are the kind of looks and the kind of shots that you feel that Montenegro will have to work a little harder to get. Good ball movement on the perimeter. Really good defensive coverage as well, though, just when you think there's an open look, as a looping fadeaway, fades well away. Oliver, desperate to try and get onto the offensive rebound. Sebas Saiz. He's played his basketball at Mississippi State. He's very successful at Miss State as well. Once more, and Oriol Paulie able to lead the break, but perhaps not well advised to try and give it inside to Vicedo. Not stolen back from Paulie, and there's some serious contact at half court as Halovic got to prevent the break. Great steal coming in from behind. Bit of a shoulder going in there. Nikola Pavlicevic for the moment as Paulie goes to the line. Put the first one down. Second one does, though. Spain just extending that gap slightly. It's gone eerily quiet from the home fans here. Paulie in the heart of every Spanish offensive move. Lovely ball in by Oliver. Vasquez couldn't finish. He felt he was touched and contact was made as he went up. Jurisic gets it again, trying to spin away from his markers. Very loose pass out to Sehovic, and Oliver happy to pick it off. Vasquez thought he had a look for a second. Now he's got a better one. Vasquez with the finish, uncontested, going up for that floated assist. Ivanovic trying the same thing, and the rim gets in the way. Sekulic unable to get up to it. Foul called as you just see the arm coming in from Sehovic. Paulie not making many friends in this arena. Colom back in off the bench. There's two around him, but able to find the open man, and Vicedo knocks it down from distance. And that gap is increasing here in the second quarter. 8-point lead now for Spain. Timeout taken. Slowly but surely, they're just pulling themselves away. Vicedo with a rim-rattling three.
Ali brzo nazad odmah ljudi, koliko imate snage, ne možemo s njima da igramo ljudi, trče kontre, bre. Imamo još jedan faul, ne treba neki grtiska. Gledaj, znači neki pressing ovdje, jel? Stani fino na 4, kako smo stali, ti bar u sredinu, otvorite loptu, ti budi ovdje blok, otvori pas, povrat i uvedi loptu u igru, jel? I odigraj rogovi rotate. Znači raširi fino, jel? Fintiraj pas, znači praći ga lagano, nemoj žuriti. I onda dođu taj visoki pik, dubinu ovdje. Na strane lopte, brane. I ti su širinu. Ako možemo, ali probaj do koša ako može.
Still reasonably calm down there. Mitrovic, as you see that wonderful finish from Oriol Pauli. Really set the tone for this second quarter, and how Spain have just upped it a couple of gears or so. It's been tough for Montenegro to keep with them, and there's a chance on the fast break. Fernandez. Couldn't get the finish, but foul called. It's just those little moments of being sloppy in possession. That time it just came off the hands of Vranjes. Vicedo comes back in. And Fernandez goes to the line. Chance to make it a double-digit game then. .437 left in the second. Spain have made their charge. Well, what's the reply from the host nation? Foul called. Ivanovic, difficult to deal with the spin move, just trying to get away from Colom. Just setting the screen. A little pump, but there's no room down inside, and Radovic was looking for help that wasn't there, and for a chance to try and attack the rim, but Vasquez and co around him. Vicedo the other, just blocking off his route. Fernandez going the right way here to block off Ivanovic, but again, just a clumsy foul. Vidal comes back in. A little more room for Radovic. Trying to use those elbows, but again, unable to shake Vicedo as Colom comes through the heart of the defense. Gets the foul, doesn't get the basket. I'm not sure it was Barovic, the offender. It was Vranjes, but Colom puts the first one down. and the second. We were shooting 71%. It's going to go up. And about 75% now from the free throw line for Spain. Importantly, though, adding to that advantage. Ivanovic throws up a prayer. Out of nowhere, the three goes down. Little bit more luck. You have to give him credit as well. Montenegro can start to eat into this deficit. Abaseda going the long way round, but can't get it to go down, and the rebound collected by Sehovic. Ivanovic trying to keep this crowd lively and in this game. Vasquez round the corner. Montenegro will get possession. Wonderful idea from Vasquez, just wasn't the finish from Abaseda. Ivanovic again. Off the foot of Colom. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Barovic. Off the rim and away from distance from Radovic. Montenegro will get the call though. Vranjes. Ivanovic trying to cause trouble. Vasquez left on him. A little heavy the shot in the end from Barovic. Vasquez setting the screen. Colom, the look from deep, but doesn't go down. Now called as Ivanovic takes the contact. Abaseda just trying to get back in transition, but ran straight into him. Timeout called, with Spain continuing to hold this healthy advantage. 33-24 they lead in Montenegro. This opening game from Group A. The FIBA World Cup Qualifiers.
La llamada del pick and roll, el estar alto contra Ivanovic. Si está aquí, vamos a mandar hasta aquí, vamos a mandarlo a la izquierda, ¿vale? Grip, que vaya a la izquierda. En los saques, el defensor del pasador. Primero 2 segundos aquí, luego fuera, ¿vale? Y ayudamos.
¿Llegamos el cambio o no? ¿Llegamos cambio o no?
Vamos, si necesario, si se queda así. Sobre todo con la corta de pocos segundos. Sí. Ataque, jugamos. Puño 5, pero mirar esto. Cuando se mueven en el pick and roll, salen mucho. Jugamos para continuar también. ¿Vale? Incluso desde el cuerno de inicio, cuando este se va, podemos darla directa para meter. Venga, vamos. Va. 1, 2, 3.
Not too many happy faces out there in the crowd. To say, Sergio Scariolo didn't look too happy himself talking to his side as Ivanovic goes to the line. It's one of two at least. Won't do much in the short term. 40% from the line at the moment as well for Montenegro, not taking the easy chances when they've come. Colom. With Vasquez. Has space. Big man can't finish from the top of the key, but Colom with the offensive rebound. Spain stay on the aggressive as he looks to force his way past Green. Green stayed with him, but Colom couldn't be stopped. 10-point lead again. 1 minute 30 remaining in this half. Green. Inside, couldn't really be collected, just bouncing off the fingertips of Sekulic. Green sees a lane. And he almost seems surprised as he let go of that one, that he'd been able to get all the way through uncontested. Almost taken too large a step and was right underneath the rim as he floated it in for the two. Colom again driving inside. This time dishes it out to that far corner. Shot from range, off the front iron. Can't go down from Vidal. No rush from Green. He takes the easy jumper. 2 and 2 for him. Spain will be patient to give their hosts as little time as possible. The final shot of the half is Colom. Open, wide open, and off, but the offensive rebound goes Spain's way. The driving finish. As Vidal working his way to the rim. Rolled nicely. Fresedo comes in for the last 6 seconds, and Vidal goes to the line for the and one. Puts it down. 29-38, Spain lead. 6 seconds to go. Green made his last two. Ivanovic from deep. Can't get the buzzer beater. We go into the half. With Spain with that 9-point advantage. 38-29, they lead Montenegro. It was always going to be tough for Zvezdan Mitrovic's side. The Spanish have had really good spells of dominance, and that's why they have the advantage. Half-time, Montenegro 29, Spain 38. Let's have a look at the stats then. 3-pointers have been really nice for Montenegro when they've had the look. 5 of 9. It's the short game that's been struggling. Solid on the boards as well. 15 defensive rebounds. 6 offensive as well. There's the killer statistic. Turnovers 12 to Spain's 3. And if you can't keep possession and finish your trips up court, you're not going to be able to take a lead, are you? And this was the start with Vasquez. The lovely finish to get things going for the Spanish. We take a look at the first half highlights here. Fresedo with the dish, and the experienced big man able to put it down. It's not to say that it was easy at the start for Spain, and Montenegro with an early few threes had at one point a relatively solid advantage. That as well from Barovic. Big finish at the rim, and you just thought this was going to be A really intriguing half of basketball with Spain having to come back from behind early. Look at the no-look pass there, though, from Vasquez. Giving the defence the eyes. Tidy finish from the corner for the three. That was Oriol Pauli to start the second quarter. And that's when Spain really got cooking. And it was led by him, the 23-year-old, with the emphatic finish on the alley-oop. Silver medalist with Spain's under-20s, Pauli. He was a big part of why the Spanish extended that gap. Sekulic quick to react to loose ball down low to finish off the air ball. And I'm sure that Pavlicevic won't want to see too many more times. Moments like that, though, were just few and far between, really, for Montenegro. Vasquez with another delicate finish at the rim. They just found those little areas of space that they were able to manipulate. Down inside and in low. Vasquez with 8 points in the half. Space from beyond the arc as well there for Vicedo. Showing that it's not all been inside and the Spanish have been able to beat their opponents from distance too. That was almost a bit of a hope and a prayer you felt from Ivanovic, although on second look he does see that he's got a little bit of separation and space. Moments like that will give Montenegro signs of life and feeling that there is perhaps a way back into this with the gap not yet double digits at the half, although it has been at times. And that almost epitomising the first half, really, that Green for Montenegro just trying to stay with it. Unable to prevent Colon from doing what he needed to do and get the finish. Green finished the half strongly himself. That lovely mid-range jumper, combined with an attack to the rim as well. He was able to finish off, giving him 2 in 2, but a three-point play coming from Sergi Vidal as he was able to do enough to drive to the rim, get the bounce off the iron that he wanted, and finishing the and 1 point. And that's how it stands at the moment at half-time. Welcome back to Montenegro in this Group A first game of the FIBA 2019 World Cup qualifiers. Montenegro trailing at the half to their visitors Spain, 29-38. The Spanish have been on fire, particularly in the second quarter here, and it's the hosts at the moment that are out warming up, getting in the shooting practice, and you can probably understand why, considering they're shooting 37.5%, 2-pointers to 55% from beyond the arc. As we said before the half-time break, it's been turnovers that have been really costly for this Montenegrin side. What has that man said, Mitrovic, at half-time to change his side's fortunes, give them a chance to get back into this game as a contest. So Spain back out from the interval, and not too much more that needs to be said, really. Have been terrorizing their hosts in terms of turnovers. Montenegro 12 giveaways in that first half. I suppose the nice thing as well for Sergio Scariolo and his side is that it's not been all via one route, really. Vasquez with 8 points so far in this game, but the assists being shared about. Colom with 3, but everybody else seems to be lurking around 1 or 2. Vidal with 5 points, along with Pauli as well. Colom and Saiz on 4 points in that first half. It's been sharing the load. And a real team effort so far this evening. Changed slightly when you look at the box score for the Montenegrins, and Ivanovic with 6 points and 4 assists, and only one with any assists in his column for his nation. Green with 4 points and Barovic with 4 points, but nobody's really got cooking too much. Mihalovic has tried at times. You just saw there the Montenegrin number 17. He, much like Ivanovic, has looked to try and create opportunities. They've just worked for Nikola Ivanovic. He certainly made amends, you feel, this evening for the 11 minutes he went scoreless against Spain in Eurobasket 2017 this summer. We get the third quarter underway then. Sehovic gets us going for Montenegro. 2 quarters left for the host to try and carve out a comeback, trailing by 9 points at the halftime break. Now cooled down there. A little bit of argy-bargy. Nacho Jovet penalised in the end. Ivanovic needs somewhere to go. Gets a second look at it. Can't hit from range. Rebound collected by Rabaseda. Colom to Rabaseda once again. Another off the ball call this time for Spain's advantage as Colom feeds it back in. Fernandez. Number 10 trying to set something up, or maybe just go alone to the basket. Neat finish to get the first points of this second half, this third quarter. Spain hit the 40 mark. 11 points they lead by. Ivanovic trying to change that. Had space and just overcooked it. Didn't get the floater when he wanted. It wasn't delicate enough. Fernandez using Vasquez. Vasquez blocked as he went up. Frustration from Radovic at the call. Just see here working into the space, and to pull on the arm of Vasquez. May have actually been Mihailovic that pulled him back. Radovic came in and intervened too. Colom in the meantime sees an open lane, and it's so easy for the number 10. Man who's wearing that number 10 jersey because it's the same number his father wore when he played. Only step by Ivanovic. He just needs the team support as well. It's a great block at the rim by Vasquez. Did enough. Colom to try and make it 3-3. Lays it to Vasquez. Good ball movement until the slip through Jovet's hands. The 27-year-old build things up. Mihailovic. Ivanovic goes inside. Now trying to be physical with Vasquez. Nowhere to go. Hit from deep, but well off the mark. Javonte Green going to be called upon once again. He had a nice couple of minutes or so at the end of that second quarter, did Green. Needs somebody to start firing here. Needs some movement and some space as well. The defense of Spain, in terms of closing down looks and preventing movement, has been excellent, particularly at the start of this half. Fernandez being followed by Green. Vasquez was peeling away. Colom with the look from deep. He can't collect, but the offensive rebound falls Jovet's way. Shot from deep this time, and Fernandez puts it down. Another 3 points. Another addition to the lead. 45-29. All the time in the world to measure it. 16-point lead for Spain. Is it just starting to slip away now from Montenegro? Ranked 34 in the world coming into this. Mitrovic's magic hasn't taken effect just yet. Ivanovic has the inbound. Step from Ivanovic. Selfish as well. Chance for the three-point play. Sekulic staying strong. Knew that Vasquez was going up, had the hand on his shoulder. Big man makes it as well. They've struggled from the line this evening, 50% so far. Sekulic just gives them a bit of hope. Colom. Spain need to be stopped still offensively. Colom running rings around everyone. Jovet Pass wasn't great. Fernandez able to collect it eventually. He fancies his chances from deep. Can't knock it down, and Ivanovic brings it back up court. Battle inside, and brilliant collection by Sekulic. Nearly a swing and a miss almost from Radovic. Just caught the front of the rim. Fernandez diving inside. Vasquez collects, and Vasquez finishes. Fran Vasquez continues to show that he can create points in the paint. Ivanovic, step back jumper, getting off the mark. Green though, does excellently to force the turnover and then gives it straight away. Frustration for the home side. Threw it straight into the arms of Xabi Rabaseda. Colom using Vasquez as a screen, now with the dish and a strong finish at the rim. Jovet, who was quiet at times in the first half, certainly in the thick of it now with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ivanovic trying to charge inside, but no clean look. Vasquez comes out. I thought he got enough on that. Franjes with the inbound. 5 on the clock. Lovely work by the number 20. Green with the offensive rebound as well. Really good hustle and harrying from Montenegro, but it just won't fall for them. Jurisic with the miss. Colom trying to get away from Green, and he slips as he loses his footing. Jovet trying to be strong and physical inside, and a slight shove in the back from Jurisic. The best inbound, Green able to steal it away. Need to start stopping Spain when they come forward, and an easy finish as well at the rim. More of the same for Montenegro. They're going to get back into this one. Jurisic scrapping to get up high and put it down. Saiz to Fernandez. Feet didn't look set of Franjes. Sado steps back in. Start to the half for Jovet. Colom. It's a pick of Saiz, and Fernandez misses the eye and goes and gets his own rebound, but again comes up short. Green. Can't put it away. Nice clean look as well. Plenty of time to measure it. Just see FIBA Saiz getting pushed out of the way. So went looking for the rebound. Getting very crowded as Nikolic just having a word with the officials. He's getting a chance to go to the line. Put up the 50. 50-34. Offensive rebound for Spain. Fernandez. Slip from Fernandez, it came back to him. Ivanovic. Work from Spain to get quickly back into defensive gear. Foul called against Saiz, the man that missed one of those 2 free throws just a moment ago. 16 points still the gap. 3:33 left in the third. Jurisic. Ivanovic. Granez. Great effort. 29-year-old needs to get a defensive head on as Colom goes up for it. He's light on the touch. Green dishes it inside, gives it away. Colom trying to be coy. Finished in the end by Oriol Pauli. Very peculiar passage of play, and Pauli just keeping it simple. Off the ball foul there as Fernandez was scrapping. He and Zoran Nikolic just getting at it. His experienced head of Albert Oliver comes in. 39 years of age. Supercopa champion last year. Gran Canaria. Vidal just called for being a little overzealous. Up against 2 and not getting a look that he wanted. Jurisic. Oliver inside, taken away though. Good hands from Granez. Brought up now by Pavlicevic, man who made the big impact for Montenegro against Spain in Eurobasket 2017. Green shoots from deep! Over Vicedo and nothing but net. Vicedo just hands it off. Vidal. Saiz. Vidal down in the corner. Super hit. Time ticking away on the shot clock. Right at the buzzer, Sergi Vidal knocking it down for 3. 8 points now this evening for him. Pavlicevic going around in circles, but helps space be found, but Jurisic can't capitalize on it. Foul under the rim. He's getting a little testy, isn't he, Sebas Saiz? Chance for Nikolic from the line. Green with the rebound. Wants to get the 2 back that has just been missed, and instead they'll add another one onto it. Pavlicevic. Just cutting into that gap slightly. Still a double-digit lead though. Pauli. Makes Excellent finish, but I don't think that one's going to count. Whistle had gone well before the shot began. Nikolic with the foul. From the line, they just keep upping that percentage. Paulie knocks down the second. 69%, 9 of 13 so far. An important stat. 56-41 lead for Spain. 1 minute left in the third. It's going to take an almighty comeback, you feel, in the fourth. Pavlicevic. Just knocked down that big three, but he gets nowhere near a clean look. Great cover by Oliver. Trying to be big and bullish down inside, but Barovic was shooting from a distance that was a little too far away and out of his comfort zone. Oliver to Saiz. Has two open teammates either side, but instead draws the foul. Makes them both. Last changes of the quarter. Ivanovic comes back in. Look at the high press, suddenly the pressure from Spain. Pavlicevic. Wind it down and try and create that last shot shooting opportunity. It was early off the rim. Chance from half court for Oliver. Well off the mark. Put the third in the books. Perhaps put this one in the books as well. 17-point lead Spain have after 3 quarters. 41-58. Montenegro against Spain. 4th quarter coming up. And it's a very tough ask indeed to expect the comeback. Let's take a look at the statistics, and still only around 37% 2-pointers for Montenegro. That 3-point percentage has dropped off as well in the 3rd quarter. Only 7 assists tonight too. So is it now just damage control? So we have a look at the game leaders. Vasquez with 10 points. A lot of those came early on for Spain. Ivanovic with 6. Hasn't really got into a consistent groove. Ivanovic has been the real impact player, you feel, for Montenegro, although Green has stepped up as well. A couple of steals and a handful of points as well when he's come off the bench. Let's take a look at Colom driving to the lane. Excellent finish in traffic. Just been those moments that have gone so well for the Spanish side, and easy looks like that for Fernandez are going to be taken all day long. It's not been all bad for the hosts. Sekulic better of Vasquez there. As we get this fourth quarter underway, as you'd expect, all the highlights have been for those in white and red. That may continue. The world number twos with a healthy lead. Paulie trying to extend it here. Not sure if Acedo was expecting that to come his way or not. Had a bit of zip on it. That bobbled out of the hands. A stop at the start of the fourth is what Montenegro need. Ivanovic to Green. Uncontested 3 points. No one kept an eye on Javonte Green. 9 points now, shooting 80%. As I said just a moment ago, has been impressive off the bench. Oliver getting help from Paulie and co. Trying to give off underneath the basket. Green disappointed with himself for that. Slip as well as he tried to distribute. So frustrating to make silly mistakes like that. Vidal to Vicedo. Defensive ball grabbed by Barafic. Pavlicevic going alone. And getting exactly what he wanted. A bright start this for Montenegro. They are eating into the advantage, down to just 12 now. And it wasn't an easy lane. Certainly wasn't an easy finish for the number 7. Pavlicevic, who had 13 points against Spain in Eurobasket 2017. Keeps a minute.
No juguemos blando esperando los últimos segundos de posesión. Juguemos agresivo. Vamos a sacar la ventaja. Y ahora tenemos en los mano a mano el piquerón que salen tanto. Probar un split o probar de pasarla. No podemos dejar de ir y volver aguantando el bote. Uno arriba, siguiente. Uno arriba. Uno, tres.
Vamos.
Not the time to start losing your head with a big lead in the fourth quarter. Sergio Scariolo obviously sensing that a few adjustments needed to be made, considering his Spain side's sluggish start. Still a double-digit lead. Down to 12, though. Oliver gets us going. Paulie. Given away, Green with the steal. Can't keep hold of it. Let's get the call though. Paulie with the hand in, came off him last. It's another stop. Great work by Javonte Green. Not giving up the fight just yet. Full steal of the game for him. Lovely work inside that from Radovic. Wasn't pretty. But it's what was needed. Down to 10 points. Is that given away by Oliver? No, he's able to recover. Or not. Not fairly. Suddenly we have game on. Great work from Pavlicevic. 39-year-old steps out for the moment. And they're suddenly loving this in the stands. The players will surely feed off that. And that's a foul. Barovic trying to go up as he collected the wayward shot from Radovic. Gets the call. Chance to get this lead down to 8. Look at the concentration, doesn't go. Green can't get there either, and Pauly collects for Spain. We've got a game on our hands as it's poked away from Colom, and Pavlicevic looking for the quick steal. Mitrovic talking with the officials, but chance for just Spain to kill a little bit of life out of the momentum the home nation have built. Vicedo leaves it for Vidal. 8 and 9 combined. Once again, Vicedo, big shot. Sucking the wind out of the Montenegrin sails. Another 3. Another connection from the corner. All that hard work just slightly undone. Off the mark from Ivanovic. Spain just about collecting the defensive rebound as Colom is set up by Saiz, but unfairly as Ivanovic was blocked out of the way, and there's a bit of chirping going on down there. He's been in the thick of it as well. Sebas Saiz, the 23-year-old, is happy to mix it up. 7 minutes to go here in the fourth. Still do have a game on our hands as Ivanovic brings it up court. Can't finish, and Barovic couldn't follow up with the second attempt. Saiz caught by Green. He doesn't like the call. You'd have to say it's probably the right one. First doesn't go. What is the second? A couple of misses, but Spain will keep possession because of the flagrant foul. Colom loses out once more. Another good steal by Pavlicevic. Oh, completely missed. Barovic. Saiz with the offensive rebound for Spain. Pauly from deep. Can't connect. Saiz again with the offensive rebound, and he's able to finish that one. Pavlicevic did so well on the steal at half court. Barovic with the blunder, missing the opportunity. Can't get that one to go either. Look at the frustration on the big man. And instead, Spain able to go up the other way and add to their lead. Could be a real game-changing moment, that, in terms of the swings of momentum, as Sebas Saiz comes out. Barovic goes to the line. Gets that one. 35% from the line so far this evening. Montenegro. Barovic splits the 2 free throws. Vidal against Ivanovic. Vasquez. Lovely dish. That's experience from Vasquez. Rabaseda couldn't miss. 15-point game. Ivanovic going around the outside. Foul called. Just putting the hand in there, Vasquez. Immediately saying, yes, that's me. As Barovic takes a seat, and a big chance for him to change this game. Eventually wasted. First one's down from Ivanovic. The 23-year-old sinks them both, 2 of 2. 52, plays 65 in Spain's favour. 5.5 to go here in the 4th. Colom. No need to rush, no need to really force any shots early on. Colom. A long, long way around, and it's a foul in the end. And add time onto the shot clock. Mihailovic gets set to come back in. Colom finishes in traffic. And that atmosphere that was suddenly rocking and rolling around the Sports Centre Moraca has vanished once again, disappeared into thin air. Especially when Colom's able to finish looks like that. 52-67 now. The Spain advantage is back up to 15.
Gledajte, imamo još jedan timski. Aj sad priđemo isto, cijel teren, nemoj nekada te probija s ovoga Rabaseda, pazi, unutra. A gledaj, aj malo da ih priučemo, da krenemo sa visokih kao korekcijom. Ti se vrati, ti ostani korektor, ti nego ovdje na cijelom full court. Da, u odbrani, defensivno, ostani korektor, ti pokrij leđ. U dvoje malo ispoliraj pa se vrati. Na pik sa 4 sve preuzmi. Kada je ovaj napad, alo, ovaj, znači otvori se, Mihajlović, uđi unutra, pa vrati blok u leđa samo miran bude, okej? I Nikola, blok u leđa, nazad blok, ti čekaj, alo, okej? Obavi sa blokom u leđa. Ajde, igraj. Svi, ajde, igraj ti, pošto ništa.
Something needed to get this crowd involved and to get the spirits back up again. Ivanovic comes up court, midway point here in the 4th. 15-point lead. No chance for errors now as Ivanovic has to step away from Vidal. Vidal penalised. Well to duck under the arm. The 23-year-old point guard Nikola Ivanovic, who has tried and tried as much as he can this evening. Can't fault his work rate. 8 points so far tonight. 7 assists now as he goes to the line and makes it 9. A chance to get into double digits in the points column. And he does, makes his 2 free throws. Another high press, but Colom finds the easy dish to Vasquez. Colom against Ivanovic. He's into a bit of trouble. Trying to force the pass as well. Radovic stepping away. encouraged to shoot early, but the home nation taking their time. Sejovic! And they were right to take their time and wait for the clear look rather than forcing anything. Sejovic with the three-pointer. That's what you mean about something to get the crowd back into this. Vasquez trying to kill the momentum and life out of Montenegro once again. Fernandez. Space for the shot, but it's well off the mark as the shot clock ran down. Can they cut it to single digits on this trip? Ivanovic against Colom. Gets the screen. Gets the look. Sejovic again. 7-point game. Pressure suddenly on Spain's youngsters. Another stop at this trip, and get ready to hear the roof explode off this building. Colom trying to dart inside. Off the rim, offensive rebounds taken by Vasquez though. It's Vicedo with the miss. Colom slowing things down. 7 on the shot clock. Vasquez. That won't count. Foul called though. Wasn't a position that Ivanovic wanted to be in against the big man. Never a matchup you'd like. Vasquez goes to the line. Makes the first. Three-possession game with 3 on the clock in the fourth. 9 points the lead for Spain. The home side suddenly have the backing of those in attendance. Ivanovic with the step. Mihailovic. He's quick and crafty. Can Colom keep him at bay? Oh, what a three from deep over the Spain number 10. And you see that shooting percentage, 29% so far this evening for Mihailovic. He's wasted many, but he's hit a big one there. 6 points now, the gap. Kickball called. Not sure how much Sejovic could do about it as we see that three once again. The arc on it, superb, the rainbow finish, if you will. He thought it had just slipped away from Montenegro in that third quarter, but the fourth has seen a fantastic fight back. Keeping pace on the boards with their opponents.
Segunda posesión, no tiren triples. Pavlicevic, Ivanovic, Mihailovic, que penetren. Ayudamos, pase este, seguimos rotando, ¿ok? Y no. Cuando haces subir para ir al aro, doblar la cara, no lo desvías atrás. Vamos.
Well, you heard the names there. Pavlicevic, Mihailovic, and Ivanovic. Those are the three that they're going to have to take care of. Sejovic as well with that big shot, that big three-pointer. Fernandez. And he set up Vasquez! Wonderful delivery on the pass. Great hands from Vasquez. A huge alley-oop and a big moment. And the and one. And again, it's back up to 9 points. Ivanovic. Oh, loose hands from he. That's a rarity. Slow to get back up as well. Just took his eye off the ball. Couldn't recover. A chance on this trip to make it a double-digit lead once again. Caicedo leaves it for Fernandez, who gets the lane inside. Green can't do enough to stop him. Eleven-point game. Mihailovic trying to be that tricky customer. Shooting again has not been on point this evening. Nice idea with the step back jumper, but foul is called anyway. It's Caicedo. It's a chance for Radovic to go to the line. To at least bring it within 10. Gets a second to go. Mihailovic keeping eyes on Colom. Vasquez to Fernandez, trying to step away from Green. Vasquez made the break inside. Now he's got it. Turn and the step back jumper. Well off the mark from he. Successful with the stoppage. Still taking time though off that clock, and time is certainly a factor now. Mihailovic. Sejovic. All got a little too much for he and Green. Unable to combine in close quarters. It's not quite on the same page. Vasquez comes out. Paulie comes in. They've shown that they can take on arguably the toughest contender in this group, Montenegro. Whether they complete the comeback or not, it's looking more and more unlikely. Colom, step back shooter, lovely finish. 12 points, that will surely be it. Montenegro will prepare for their trip to Belarus on the 26th. Spain hosts Slovenia. Consolation bucket for Radovic. It's far prettier than it was at Eurobasket as Colom just adds insult to injury with the three-pointer. A far more competitive game to start Group A in the FIBA World Cup 2019 qualification process. But it's still a victory for Spain, nevertheless, as it was at Eurobasket in the summer. A hard-fought fight for that man's first game in charge of his national side. Mitrovic, though, unable to mastermind the complete comeback. Down heavy in the third quarter. They drew it close at times in the end, Montenegro. But Spain's dominance, even in their youth, just able to come to the forefront. And as I say, they prepare for their trip away against perhaps the lowest ranked side in the group, Belarus, before in February taking on Slovenia and then heading back to Spain for a rematch. And my goodness, if this Montenegro side is growing and growing in confidence and experience at this sort of level, and we're seeing that over the last few years, when they take on Spain next February, you might just fancy them to have half a chance. A good victory, though, for Sergio Scariolo's side. He is continuing to mastermind greatness out of this nation. Let's take a look at the stats. Spain just shooting 59% from two-pointers compared to Montenegro's 38%. Missed efforts really did kill them. Stayed in the same ranking on the boards, and the assists finally packed up as well for the home nation. They were really struggling with that at times. The turnovers for Spain in that second half in the double digits for them. Montenegro were just able to be a little more solid with the ball, with possession, but not enough, unfortunately, to please their head coach or the home fans. Ivanovic helping to try and mastermind the comeback. 8 assists in the end, 10 points. Great effort from him. Vasquez, though, the experienced Spaniard inside, blazing the trail in terms of scoring. Green had a nice impact off the bench at times, but you see the 4 turnovers, a couple of really sloppy ones as well, killed his impact in the end. And the final score, Montenegro 66, Spain 79. Take a look at some of the highlights from what was, in particular, a very thrilling second half of action. Pavlicevic there with the quick step on Oliver. Pavlicevic finishing up with 8 points, 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 3 from deep as well. Saiz was happy to mix it up and got a little chippy with him at times. And Spain power forward was involved in a couple of conversations, shall we put it, on the court, but showing his power and physicality there to get the offensive rebound and then wrap it up with the finish. Beating out Barovic, who had a couple of disastrous plays towards the end of the fourth quarter. See Colom. A relatively tidy day for himself. 15 points in the end, along with Vasquez leading this Spanish side. 4 assists as well. This is where it started to get interesting, though. Sejovic with this strike. The whole of this arena was begging for the early shot, and instead they just waited until Sejovic got open. Mihailovic then knocked down this 3 as well, getting the better of Colom. Suddenly game on. Deficit down to single digits. This from Vasquez. Big players make big plays, and he was expected to be a big player tonight for Spain. He certainly was. He had the alley-oop, of course, to start scoring in the first quarter. That one, really a momentum killer for Montenegro. The man who set it up for him as well, Jaime Fernandez. He'll just beat out Green towards the rim. And that, the icing on the cake for Colom. Bit harsh to still be shooting with just a couple of seconds remaining, but that made it 79-66 here in Montenegro. Thank you so much for joining us. We will have more from the FIBA World Cup qualifiers as this weekend continues. But Spain wrapping it up with a convincing victory in the end over Montenegro away from home. 79-66. The Spanish are flying once again.